Have you ever found yourself in the company of someone who seems to drain your energy just by being around? Someone who manipulates your emotions, leaving confusion and chaos in their wake. Unfortunately, evil isn't confined to the pages of myths or the screens of Hollywood movies. It's real, it's among us, and perhaps most unsettling, it often operates in subtle and deceptive ways. But don't worry, with a little awareness you can recognize the signs and protect yourself. Evil people don't announce themselves with horns or a tail. Instead, their actions speak volumes. They manipulate, exploit, and often destroy, taking advantage of your kindness for their personal gain. The good news: you don't need to be a private investigator to spot them. Ancient wisdom, like the teachings of the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, provides valuable insights into identifying these individuals and safeguarding your inner peace. In this discussion, we'll uncover 12 undeniable signs that you're dealing with someone harmful to your well-being, signs you simply cannot afford to ignore. These insights will empower you to maintain your peace of mind, protect your energy, and approach life with clarity and confidence. So let's dive in and explore how to navigate this complex world with resilience and wisdom. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 1. A mask of charm. Epictetus wisely reminded us that appearances, no matter how captivating, often conceal deeper truths. Have you ever encountered someone whose charm seemed so perfect it felt almost scripted? They flash a radiant smile, speak with soothing words, and make you feel uniquely valued, almost as if their presence alone could solve all your worries. Yet beneath this polished exterior, there often lies a far more calculated and self-serving agenda. Charm, when rooted in sincerity, is a powerful force. It connects us, builds trust, and fosters meaningful relationships. But when used as a tool by manipulative individuals, it becomes a weapon, subtly destructive yet devastating in its impact. These people know exactly how to use their charm to disarm you, presenting themselves as the friend you've always needed, the ideal partner, or a trusted mentor. Their charm, however, is rarely for your benefit. It is designed to serve their own hidden motives. Consider what Marcus Aurelius warned: the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Those who rely on charm as a mask often reveal their true colors when you look past their words and observe their actions. How do they behave when no one is watching? How do they treat those who can offer them nothing in return? While their words may be perfectly crafted, their actions, especially toward people they see as unimportant, often expose the reality behind the facade. I once knew someone who appeared to be the most charismatic and thoughtful friend. He had a gift for making people feel adored, showering them with compliments and attention. At first, it seemed genuine, but over time, his true intentions became clear. His praise wasn't an expression of authentic care, it was transactional. The moment he had extracted whatever benefit he sought, be it influence, information, or validation, his interest evaporated. Worse, he would then speak poorly of the very people he once flattered, painting them in a negative light to others. It became apparent that his charm was not kindness but manipulation, designed to serve his selfish ends. The danger of charm lies in its ability to cloud judgment. It appeals to our deepest desires to feel special, valued, and understood. This is why manipulative individuals wield it so effectively. They create an illusion so convincing that it becomes hard to trust your own instincts. Yet the unease you feel in their presence, that nagging sense that something isn't right, is often your first line of defense. Stoic philosophy teaches us that truth needs no embellishment. Genuine kindness and goodness are self-evident. They don't rely on dazzling performances or calculated displays. The more someone feels the need to sell their good intentions, the more likely it is that they're concealing something beneath the surface. Breaking free from the spell of a manipulative charmer requires clarity and courage. You must trust your instincts and look beyond the surface. How do they handle rejection or criticism? How do they treat those who can't offer them anything in return? True character is revealed not in how someone acts when they are gaining, but in how they behave when there's nothing to gain. Ultimately, the antidote to manipulative charm is self-awareness and discernment. Don't let someone else's polished exterior or practiced words dictate your perception of their character. Genuine kindness shines on its own, without needing a mask or a performance. When you strip away the glittering surface and look for the truth beneath, you reclaim your power and safeguard your freedom. Number 2, constant manipulation. Seneca once wisely said, "He who has many fears also has many things to manipulate." This isn't just a reminder, it's a warning about how manipulation can be weaponized by those with malicious intent. These individuals don't rely on integrity or honesty. Instead, they thrive by distorting reality, turning lies into their most powerful tools. I recall a time when I worked alongside a colleague I initially trusted. He seemed supportive, often praising me in front of others, making me feel valued and appreciated. But behind closed doors, he quietly wove narratives that undermined my efforts. Minor mistakes were inflated into major problems, whispered to management under the guise of concern. When I sensed something wasn't right and confronted him, he remained calm and claimed he was only trying to help me improve. That conversation made me question myself. Was I truly at fault? Was I not performing as well as I thought? Doubt began to creep in, eroding my confidence. But the truth was clear. He wasn't helping me, he was manipulating me. By creating a sense of dependence, he made me feel like I needed his guidance to succeed. This is the essence of manipulation. It doesn't just confuse, it corrodes your self-assurance. Manipulators don't build relationships on trust or honesty. Instead, they prey on your vulnerabilities, making you believe they are your only ally, the only ones who truly understand you. Their aim isn't to empower you, but to control you, step by step. Stoic philosophy provides invaluable advice on combating manipulation. Clarity and self-control are your strongest defenses. A truly virtuous person will guide you toward independence and self-reliance, not ensnare you in dependence. If someone in your life consistently pressures you to follow their lead, disregarding your boundaries and autonomy, it's a red flag that you need to step back. Remember the wisdom of Epictetus: no man is free who is not master of himself. By refusing to play their manipulative games, you reclaim your power. Your thoughts, actions, and decisions are yours alone. Mental clarity and self-awareness are the antidotes to their toxic influence. You don't need to argue or defend yourself. Simply step away and hold firmly to your freedom. Number 3. Lies without conscience. Marcus Aurelius once wisely advised, "Nothing should be done if it isn't right, and nothing should be said if it isn't true." Yet for those with malicious intent, truth is not a guiding principle, it is an obstacle. These individuals don't lie out of carelessness or ignorance, they lie with intention, crafting deceit as a tool for their gain. Whether it's to seize power, evade accountability, or distort your understanding of reality, their lies are calculated, deliberate, and relentless. Consider the example of a friend who frequently spins elaborate tales to build credibility. Perhaps she claimed full responsibility for managing a critical project and painted herself as the sole reason for its success. Yet when you reviewed the facts, emails, documents, and other evidence, you discovered her story didn't hold up. When confronted, rather than admitting the truth, she deflected, accusing you of misunderstanding or focusing on unrelated details to distract you. This is the hallmark of a master manipulator. They twist the truth so effectively that they make you question your own memory and judgment, eroding your grip on reality. Manipulative individuals thrive on creating uncertainty. They convince you that they hold the answers, that they are the authority, and in doing so, they seize control of the narrative. Their lies, however, come at a cost. Unlike the truth, which stands firm on its own, lies require constant maintenance, new deceptions layered on top of the old to keep the facade intact. This relentless upkeep is their Achilles heel. Lies are fragile and prone to unraveling, while the truth remains resilient and unwavering. To protect yourself, pay close attention to inconsistencies. Do their stories change when challenged? Do their actions align with their words? Stoic philosophy reminds us to observe actions closely, as they reveal a person's true character far more than words ever could. When you notice discrepancies, trust your observations over their claims. Ask questions, demand transparency, and above all, Establish clear boundaries. Honesty isn't just the foundation of trust, it's a reflection of integrity. When dishonesty becomes a persistent pattern, it's essential to take a stand. Don't hesitate to walk away from those who undermine your values or peace of mind. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in mastering ourselves and choosing to distance from anything that threatens our inner balance. So when faced with someone who lies without conscience, hold your ground. Focus on their actions, not their words, and protect yourself from becoming entangled in their web of deceit. Your peace and integrity are worth far more than the chaos they seek to impose. Number 4. Lack of empathy. Seneca once observed that humans are social beings, not meant to live solely for themselves. Empathy is the invisible bridge that connects us, allowing us to share in each other's joys and sorrows. Yet, for truly self-serving individuals, other people are not companions or equals. They are mere tools to be used for their own gain. They don't care about your happiness or your pain unless it aligns with their agenda. This lack of empathy isn't just a personality flaw, it's a glaring window into a hollow soul. Imagine sitting across from a friend, pouring your heart out about a struggle that's been weighing heavily on you. Instead of offering support or understanding, they brush off your vulnerability with a dismissive, "Oh, you think that's bad? Let me tell you about my day." This isn't a one-off occurrence, it's a pattern. These individuals are either unwilling or, worse, incapable of stepping outside their own interests to connect with your experience. Their indifference is chilling, and at times they may even take quiet pleasure in your struggles, leaving you feeling isolated and unseen. Empathy isn't just a nice-to-have quality, it is the cornerstone of meaningful relationships. Without it, interactions become one-sided, transactional, and emotionally draining. Those who lack empathy often manipulate this void to serve their selfish goals. While they may feign compassion when it suits them, their apathy becomes glaringly obvious the moment their mask slips. Their inability to genuinely care creates a relationship dynamic that is hollow and ultimately harmful. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "No more arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." When faced with someone who shows a lack of empathy, it's essential to protect yourself. Set firm boundaries to safeguard your peace, and don't let their coldness make you question your worth. Seek out relationships built on mutual respect and genuine understanding, connections that uplift, rather than drain your spirit. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your successes and stand with you during your hardships, because true connection is rooted in empathy, not exploitation. If this resonates with you, and you've seen the signs of a lack of empathy in your life, don't ignore them. Take a moment to reflect, protect your well-being, and seek relationships that nourish your soul. And if you're finding this discussion meaningful, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue exploring these important lessons together. Let's keep learning and growing. Number 5. The hunger for control. For a manipulative or malicious person, control isn't just a habit, it's their lifeline. They crave dominance over every aspect of your life, from your relationships and decisions to even your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Your mind is under your control, not external circumstances." This truth is the foundation of personal strength, but it's precisely this strength that malicious individuals seek to strip away. They know that by controlling your mind, they gain power over your entire life. I recall someone I once trusted who initially seemed thoughtful and genuinely supportive. Their advice appeared helpful, even caring, but over time, a troubling pattern emerged. They began to subtly undermine my confidence, planting doubts in my decisions and making me feel dependent on their guidance. When I considered joining an important project, they persuaded me I wasn't capable, urging me to let them take the lead instead. I complied, not because I lacked the ability, but because they had eroded my trust in my own judgment. Looking back, it was clear their goal wasn't to help me, it was to keep me under their control, ensuring I'd never outgrow their influence. People like this don't merely seek to influence your actions, they aim to dominate your thoughts and emotions. They wield tools like guilt, shame, or sweet talk to make you reliant on them. Their intent isn't to help you grow, but to ensure you remain in their grasp. Over time, their control makes you doubt yourself, your abilities, your decisions, and even your worth until your autonomy is all but gone. Epictetus reminded us that freedom is the only worthy goal in life, and true freedom comes from refusing to be controlled by forces beyond our influence. Malicious individuals understand this all too well and will stop at nothing to imprison your mind. But here's the truth: you don't have to live under their shadow. You have the power to reject their manipulation. Ask yourself, does this align with my values? Let this question be your compass. Autonomy is your greatest strength, and it is not something anyone has the right to take from you. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "The quality of your thoughts determines the happiness of your life. Don't let anyone else dictate your reality or make you question your worth. Protect your mind. It is the foundation of your freedom." True care and love are never controlling. Those who genuinely care for you will encourage you to think for yourself, make your own decisions, and grow on your own terms. So stand firm, hold your ground. Let your mind lead you to the freedom and peace you deserve. Number 6. Blame games and deflection. Seneca wisely observed that people often value trust over judgment, a truth that manipulative individuals exploit to their advantage. Instead of taking accountability for their actions, they spin elaborate stories to cast themselves as victims, avoiding consequences by skillfully shifting blame onto others. Their ability to deflect responsibility with unsettling finesse not only shields them from scrutiny, but also leaves others carrying the burden of their mistakes. As Seneca also noted, the truth stands firm without justification, while lies always require elaborate stories to sustain them. Imagine dealing with someone who consistently evades accountability. Whenever something goes wrong, they refuse to own up to their missteps, instead blaming you or external circumstances. I recall working on an important project with a close friend. When things began to unravel, rather than admitting her oversights, she quickly criticized my organizational approach. Her subtle tone, framed as constructive feedback, made me question whether I was the problem. Over time, it became clear I was being manipulated, scapegoated into bearing responsibility for errors that were not mine. This is how master manipulators operate. They craft narratives that distort reality, leaving you second-guessing yourself. By appealing to your sense of trust and emotional sensitivity, they position themselves as perpetual victims while subtly painting you as the villain. These tactics are not just about avoiding blame, they're about controlling the narrative and your perception of events. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the truth stands on its own. When faced with individuals like this, it's crucial to maintain an objective perspective and resist the pull of emotional manipulation. Stay grounded in facts and don't hesitate to challenge or refute false claims. When they attempt to shift blame, calmly but firmly demand clarity. This approach not only prevents you from falling into their blame game, but also reinforces your own integrity. Dealing with such people requires clear boundaries. Refuse to engage in the psychological games they construct to avoid responsibility. Stand firm in your truth and ensure they cannot distort your reality. Integrity and accountability are hallmarks of strong character. And when someone consistently refuses to take responsibility, their true nature becomes clear. Your primary responsibility is to protect your peace, recognize the manipulation for what it is, and steer clear of their games. By standing firm in your values and refusing to be drawn into their deflections, you safeguard both your integrity and your well-being. Number 7. The pleasure of pain. One of the most unsettling traits of truly malicious individuals is the satisfaction they derive from others' suffering. Epictetus wisely advised us to associate with those who make you better. Yet these individuals are not interested in growth or support. Instead, they actively seek opportunities to degrade, finding joy in the pain or misfortune of those around them. Whether expressed subtly or overtly, this toxic pleasure is a clear warning sign that you need to distance yourself. This disturbing delight in others' misery often begins with small, seemingly harmless actions, a sarcastic remark, a mocking laugh at someone's misstep, or a smirk of satisfaction when witnessing another's failure. Over time, these behaviors reveal their true nature. They don't elevate themselves through hard work, integrity, or merit. Instead, they seek to rise by tearing others down, finding their sense of power in someone else's struggles. I once knew someone who seemed to revel in the misfortunes of others with an unsettling enthusiasm. I remember the day she chuckled after a coworker was publicly reprimanded. At first, I thought it was simply indifference or a lack of tact. But over time, it became clear this behavior was deliberate. She didn't offer support or empathy. Instead, she magnified others' struggles to make herself feel superior. Her joy didn't come from personal achievement, but from watching others stumble, a shallow and troubling source of satisfaction. Seneca once observed, "No man is more unhappy than one who never faces adversity." For such individuals, however, adversity isn't a teacher or a challenge to overcome, it's a weapon. Their joy isn't built on meaningful accomplishments, but on gossip, sabotage, and intentional harm, all designed to feed their ego. At the heart of this behavior lies deep insecurity. They need others to suffer so they can feel better about themselves, but this fleeting satisfaction is a poor mask for their inner emptiness. To counteract individuals like this, Stoic philosophy teaches us to safeguard our self-worth and choose relationships that foster growth. Recognize the warning signs: their indifference, their delight in others' pain, or their fixation on others' failures to feel superior. Don't allow their toxic behavior to diminish your peace or self-value. Step away from such individuals, because every moment spent in their presence is a moment lost to negativity. Instead, surround yourself with those who lift you up, who celebrate your victories, and who encourage you to become the best version of yourself. True joy is never built on the suffering of others. It flourishes in shared successes, mutual respect, and genuine, uplifting relationships. These are the connections that nourish your spirit and bring lasting happiness. Number 8. Isolation as a weapon. Marcus Aurelius once said that humans are born to cooperate, and our greatest strength lies in unity, shared experiences, mutual support, and the encouragement of those who genuinely care for us. But for malicious individuals, this natural order of connection is precisely what they aim to disrupt. Isolation is one of their most powerful weapons. By separating you from your loved ones, friends, or support networks, they not only strip away your emotional strength, but also make you more vulnerable to control and manipulation. I recall a friend who at first seemed genuine and caring. Over time, however, her comments about those closest to me became unsettling. "Your best friend doesn't really treat you well," she'd say with a serious tone. Or, "Your family doesn't understand you like I do." At first, I dismissed these remarks, thinking she was merely looking out for me. But as the comments grew more frequent, they planted seeds of doubt, quietly eroding my trust in the relationships that had always been my strongest support system. Her approach was subtle, even gentle, yet deeply calculated. Before I realized it, I had grown distant from those who mattered most. This tactic isn't accidental, it's a deliberate, psychological maneuver employed by toxic individuals to sow insecurity and make you believe they are the only ones who truly care about you. The more isolated you become, the more control they gain over your life decisions and emotions. It's an insidious strategy designed to weaken your sense of self and make you dependent on their influence. But here's what they don't want you to understand. True strength comes from connection. Genuine and enduring relationships are the foundation of resilience. Unity, not isolation, is where real power lies. If you begin to notice feelings of loneliness or detachment from those who have always supported you, take a moment to pause and reflect. Trust your instincts and reevaluate the situation. Don't hesitate to reach out to the friends, family, and confidants who have stood by you through thick and thin. Stoic philosophy reminds us that we are not meant to live in isolation. We are part of a larger community, and it's within authentic relationships that our true strength is cultivated. Those who truly care for you will never seek to isolate you. They will encourage and celebrate your connections. Protect these relationships fiercely, and you'll find the strength to rise above any manipulation. When you safeguard your bonds, you safeguard your peace, your independence, and your power to overcome life's challenges. Number 9. Jealousy in disguise. Envy is one of the most toxic emotions, and it becomes especially insidious when it's cloaked in concern or goodwill. Seneca wisely observed, "Envy is the ulcer of the soul, and those who harbor it rarely act with pure intentions." Their advice or attention often isn't meant to uplift you, it's designed to chip away at your confidence. These individuals struggle to celebrate the happiness or success of others. Instead, they mask their envy in seemingly helpful feedback or compliments, all while planting seeds of doubt about your worth. I recall a friend who appeared deeply invested in my accomplishments. After I completed a major project I was incredibly proud of, she said, "That's great, but maybe next time you should push yourself a bit more to really reach a higher standard." At first, I took it as constructive advice, but upon reflection, her tone carried an undertone, a subtle jab not to encourage, but to diminish what I had achieved. What seemed like harmless feedback was, in reality, a calculated effort to make me feel like I wasn't good enough. Jealous individuals often disguise their criticism in false compliments. Their remarks are carefully crafted to sow doubt, not to inspire growth. They might say things like, "You did really well, but don't get too excited, there's always room for improvement," or, "That's amazing, but I heard someone else did something similar and got even better results." This behavior isn't rooted in care or goodwill. It's a strategy to pull you down, to make your success seem smaller, and to bring you closer to their level. Envy stems from deep insecurity. For envious people, your light exposes the shadows they carry within themselves. They don't want to see you thrive because your success feels like a threat. Instead, they aim to make you shrink, to dim your light so they no longer have to confront their own inadequacies. Stoic philosophy teaches us to trust our instincts. If you sense something off in someone's praise or advice, listen to that feeling. Reflect on their intentions and look deeper into the meaning behind their words. A truly kind and supportive person will celebrate your achievements wholeheartedly, encourage your growth, and inspire you to reach even greater heights. In contrast, a jealous person uses their words as tools to manipulate your emotions and erode your confidence. To protect yourself, establish clear boundaries and don't let anyone diminish your worth. Surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your successes, those who not only help you shine but push you to soar higher. Remember, you don't need to dim your light to make others feel comfortable. Stand firm in your value, embrace your accomplishments, and let your light shine as brightly as it was meant to. Number 10. The unrepentant heart. One of the most telling signs of a truly malicious individual is an unrepentant heart. Marcus Aurelius once taught, "Don't waste time debating what a good person should be. Be one." Yet, those with unrepentant hearts do the opposite. They cling to destructive behaviors, refuse to admit fault, and have no intention of repairing the harm they cause. Instead of taking responsibility, they live in denial, weaving elaborate excuses to justify their actions and placing the blame anywhere but on themselves. Think about someone you've known who always had an excuse for every mistake. When they hurt others, they didn't apologize, they blamed the circumstances or pointed fingers at others, claiming they were no better. When confronted about their behavior, they deflected, shifted blame, or accused the other person of overreacting. What stands out most in these individuals is their complete unwillingness to change. To them, self-reflection and making amends are signs of weakness, while stubbornness and denial are seen as strength. This mindset is the antithesis of Stoic philosophy. A Stoic understands that self-reflection, admitting mistakes, and seeking to make amends are not weaknesses but marks of courage and self-respect. Those with unrepentant hearts not only cause pain to others but also deny themselves the opportunity for personal growth and maturity. Their refusal to grow leaves them stuck, while their toxic behaviors ripple outward, impacting everyone around them. If you find yourself close to someone who constantly justifies their actions, avoids accountability, and refuses to repair the damage they've caused, it's time to reflect. Not everyone is willing or capable of change. Protect yourself by stepping away from toxic relationships like these and invest your energy in those who uplift you. Surround yourself with people who have the courage to face their own flaws and strive to be better. Marcus Aurelius wisely reminded us to focus our minds on thoughts and people that elevate the quality of our lives. Awareness is your most powerful weapon against toxic individuals. Evil people can only manipulate and harm you when you're unaware of their tactics. Once you recognize their strategies, you not only protect yourself but also shield your inner peace from their chaos. True strength lies in mastering your mind and your reactions. Don't let toxic individuals invade your mental space or disrupt your serenity. Set boundaries, stand firm, and continue to shine, because your light is the very thing they fear most. Stay vigilant, protect your peace, and surround yourself with those who bring value and positivity to your life. You deserve nothing less. Number 11. Disregard for boundaries. One of the most telling signs of a toxic or malicious individual is their blatant disregard for boundaries. Healthy relationships, whether with family, friends, or colleagues, are built on mutual respect, and boundaries are the foundation of that respect. Yet, toxic individuals consistently overstep these lines, often under the guise of care, concern, or entitlement. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Recognizing when someone refuses to respect your boundaries is key to maintaining your inner strength and peace. Consider someone who constantly interrupts your personal time, disregards your wishes, or insists on making decisions for you. Perhaps you've had a friend or relative who repeatedly dismissed your no, whether about a simple preference or a serious matter. Their behavior might seem minor at first, frequent calls when you've asked for space or advice you didn't request, but over time, their refusal to honor your boundaries erodes your autonomy. These individuals often rationalize their actions, framing them as care or necessity. "I just wanted to check on you," they might say after intruding on your time. Or, "I know what's best for you," as they impose their will over yours. This pattern isn't about care, it's about control. They want to blur the lines between your needs and their desires, making it harder for you to assert yourself. A disregard for boundaries isn't just frustrating, it's harmful. It's a way for toxic individuals to test how much they can push, how much power they can gain, and how far they can go before you push back. Over time, this behavior can lead to feelings of frustration, confusion, and even helplessness as your sense of self is chipped away. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of maintaining your inner peace by recognizing what you can control and protecting it fiercely. Your boundaries are part of that control. When someone disrespects them, it's not a reflection of your worth, but of their inability to honor others. To protect yourself, recognize when your boundaries are being crossed. Practice saying no firmly but calmly. You don't owe anyone an explanation for prioritizing your well-being. Surround yourself with people who respect your choices, your time, and your values, those who understand that boundaries are not walls to keep others out, but lines that preserve your peace and individuality. When faced with someone who disregards your boundaries, stand firm. Respecting yourself starts with setting limits and enforcing them without guilt. As Marcus Aurelius taught, the strength of your mind and spirit lies in your ability to master what is within your control. By guarding your boundaries, you reclaim your power and safeguard the peace you deserve. Number 12. Relentless negativity. A hallmark of a toxic or malicious person is their relentless negativity. These individuals carry a cloud of pessimism, criticism, and dissatisfaction that seeps into every interaction. Their negativity isn't just occasional frustration or venting, it's a persistent attitude that drains the energy of everyone around them. Marcus Aurelius wisely taught, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Recognizing the impact of someone's constant negativity on your well-being is crucial to maintaining your peace. Think about someone in your life who always finds fault, regardless of the situation. Perhaps you've shared good news with them, only to be met with skepticism or an unkind remark. That's nice, but don't get too excited, it might not last. They might say, casting doubt on your joy. Or maybe they focus solely on the problems in their lives, dismissing any solutions or efforts to help. This relentless negativity doesn't just affect their own mindset, it spreads to everyone they interact with. Over time, their constant complaints, criticisms, and pessimism can weigh you down, making you question your own optimism or dampening your enthusiasm for life. They may even mock your positivity, labeling it as naive or unrealistic, as a way to pull you into their gloomy worldview. What's most troubling is that their negativity often serves a purpose: to control the emotional tone of the environment. By dominating conversations with their complaints or undermining others' happiness, they shift the focus to themselves, drawing energy and attention away from those around them. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of guarding your mind against external influences that disrupt your inner calm. As Epictetus advised, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When faced with relentless negativity, it's essential to recognize that their attitude is not a reflection of reality, it's a reflection of their mindset. To protect yourself, set emotional boundaries. Limit your exposure to their negativity, and don't let it infiltrate your own outlook. When engaging with them, maintain a positive perspective and resist the urge to get drawn into their complaints or criticisms. You can acknowledge their feelings without allowing their negativity to dictate your mood. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you, those who focus on possibilities rather than problems, and who celebrate the good in life. Remember, your energy is precious, and you have the right to protect it from those who seek to drain it. As Marcus Aurelius taught, the quality of your thoughts shapes the quality of your life. Keep your thoughts rooted in hope, gratitude, and resilience, and let those values guide your interactions. As we've explored these 12 signs, it's clear that recognizing toxic or malicious individuals is crucial for safeguarding your peace and well-being. Awareness is your most powerful tool. Once you see these patterns of behavior, you can take steps to protect yourself and maintain control over your life. Remember, the lessons of great philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca remind us that true strength lies in mastering our thoughts, guarding our values, and choosing relationships that elevate us. Life is too short to spend in the company of those who drain your energy, undermine your confidence, or disrupt your peace. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, celebrate your successes, and inspire you to become the best version of yourself. You deserve connections built on trust, respect, and genuine care. Anything less is simply not worth your time. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future content. And if you've encountered some of these signs in your own life, let us know in the comments by typing, "I see the signs." Your experiences can help others learn and grow as well. Thank you for watching and taking the time to invest in your emotional health and inner peace. Stay strong, stay self-aware, and most importantly, keep shining. Your light is powerful, never let anyone dim it. Until next time.